Good morning, Sanford here, inspirational life coach to the arts, the art of sport, the art of entertainment, and the art of life. You are entering the fourth day of the Unlock to Unleash 14 video series. And I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I am ready to get back on board, and I hope you are too. Today's question is, why do we achieve goals, but we're not happy about it, even when we have opportunities ahead of us? Well, I want to explore first the etymology of the word goal and opportunity. Firstly, the word goal comes from the Old English word, first seen in the 14th century in a poem. And the word goal then was spelled G-O-L. That meant limits and boundaries. Now, what goals have you achieved? Have you looked at the history of the things you have achieved up to now? If I can use an example, we have to understand that there was slavery. There was a Holocaust. There was wars. There have been many wars. And it seems like we never learned from this as a society. What I'm getting at here is we all have to look at our history of the things that we've achieved and as well as the things that we failed in, because they're both providing us lessons. In the Unlock to Unleash workshops, I talk about giving your fear a face. If you give it a face, that means that there's truth in it. Then you can move forward with facing it. You can move forward with sitting in it and feeling what it feels like to know that truth and to know those facts. And then you can transcend it. You can let it be what it is. You can and you have in the past achieved goals. So why not be happy about your history of achieving those goals? The other thing I want to look at is the word opportunity. We have many opportunities in front of us, but the original phrasing of the word opportunity comes from the Latin word of opportunist. And that was brought about when ships first started to go to seas and travel around the world, because that was the main source of travel, was by ship. It was created to talk about the navigation of what was happening. So opportunist basically means having a combination of wind, current, and tide, and including knowing the direction of where you're going. And today's meaning basically refers to only the tides, the current, and the wind. Okay? So it's only relying on the conditions. It's not looking at who's controlling the ship, who is taking responsibility for the ship. Who do you think that is? That's correct. You, the captain. You're the captain. You're the captain of the ship. And it is important to know that when you take the wheel, you take responsibility of where you're going. Yes, there will be storms, as always. But you've had to have storms and challenges for any goals that you've achieved. And you have achieved goals. I would like for us to look at where we are and what we have to start with. That's you, the captain. From there, if we use our conditions, what are our conditions? I'm not talking about the seas right now. Our conditions inside of us are our natural skills, are our education, wherever your education comes from. We all have education. And then faith. There's a quote that I'd like to say that goes like this. It says, faith and fear both demand something of us that we cannot see. Which do you choose? It's important to understand, in order to achieve our goals and to grasp the whole opportunist, we must believe one or the other, the fear or the faith. They're both talking to us. They're both sitting on that crossroads asking us, which one do you want to go with? And you know which one you choose the majority of the time. The last part of knowing that you are the captain, understanding your conditions, is to be frank and honest with the crew. The crew in this case is the weather. Sometimes the weather will change. Sometimes your crew will abandon ship. Sometimes your crew decides to go with a captain, but that's all right because you know who and what you are. Who and what you are and what you want to achieve. This is another wonderful topic that we cover in the Unlock to Unleash workshop. Now, I have a couple of add-ons that I want to add to you, a couple of updates. The Unlock to Unleash workshop was originally on September 3rd, but we're now going to do it over the September-October school holidays. So this is happening at the end of September and the first part of October. Stay here for more details. I'll let you know when that's exactly going to happen. And it's also going to be, instead of 1 day, it's going to be over 4 days. So we have all the Unlock to Unleash workshop information there, along with the workbook. Remember, there's a workbook that goes with the workshop, and we'll be doing it in parts over the 4 days. Because also, we're combining that with circus skills. We're combining that with a health and food section. We're combining that with a stunt and tumbling section. And it all winds up with a wonderful acting and theater session. And if you're already in the theater world, you know how exciting that is. And if you're not, it is exciting. So stay tuned here. Folks, thank you very much for joining me today. And I hope you understood the topic. I took it in a roundabout way, but I hope you got it. If not, hit me up here, ask me a few questions. Also, you can contact me on my email, info@sanfordmcmurrayjr.com. As always, love your mission. Peace!